Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Celebrity Cars and the 1976 Corvette. Obviously, it's been customized and it's super, super cool. The stance is amazing. The wheels are super sick. The customization of the spoilers, the fairings, the bodywork, it's just so super cool. Welcome to Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen, and Celebrity Cars. We're located just off the Strip. We've got lots of muscle cars, we've got supercars, we've got Ferraris, we've got fancy BMWs, Firebirds, Shelby Series 1s. Check them out, by the way. Check them out, just check them out. Look, two of the rarest colors ever made. We got all kinds of cool cars in here. But this is the one that we're firing away at you today. We know the owner of this car. He brought it to us to sell. We're very proud to do so. It's a super, super nice shape. Now, everyone has their own little touches and customizations that everybody likes. This gentleman liked to do extra customization and paint work on the hood and on the trunk. And I believe once we pop up the hood, we'll see underneath that there might be some more graphics underneath. But folks, you know, hey, to each his own, okay? This is a custom Corvette and some slight modifications with either some paint or some wrap, a silver wrap that would match the paint that would lay over top of it. There's all kinds of ways to fix it. It's not super expensive, and maybe you like them. And there you have it. But look, this is a straight Corvette. It's had tons and tons and tons of work done to it. We have paperwork galore talking about its motor, talking about its transmission, talking about, and all these things are not that old, okay? I don't know the exactness of the dates and time, but this is not a 1976 Corvette motor, okay? It is not. It doesn't have 175 horsepower. It has a lot more than that, and it really sounds incredible. I don't know all the details about, you know, does it have the capabilities of plugging your phone in and doing all that stuff? We're gonna attempt to find those things out a little later. You wanna see a Carfax on it. You wanna make sure it was never wrecked. All these blah, 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 all these, how many owners. You're gonna go to celebritycars.com to find out all of those details. What am I doing here? I'm your living, breathing condition report guy. I'm gonna tell you how many scratches are on it. I'm gonna tell you if there's curb rash on it. I'm gonna tell you if there's any cracks in the fiberglass. I'm gonna do those things. So maybe you live on the other side of the country, you've always been looking for a customized 1974, 75, 76, 77 Corvette. Bam, here you go. And this one's just been beautifully enhanced with all kinds of super fancy bodywork that is really clean, that isn't getting ready to break and fall off the car. It's a very, very solid, beautiful build. So my job is to get in a little bit closer so we can look at the nose, look at the trunk, look at the paint, look at the door handles, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. Come on in, let's start looking at the nose of this. Now, when we got this car, we had they had a license plate put on the front. It was where the state it was from license plate, and that was cool. But then underneath it, we took it off, and underneath it this isn't as attractive. So you would want to find a nice license plate to put up front here, or have these brackets removed and do a little painting so it shows off. I would go that direction, but hey, it is what it is. This is all minor stuff. Let's get to the real important stuff, Scott. Down here, this is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's very custom. Awesome, incredible looking spoiler. Come on over here to my right shoulder, Quincy, if you could. See that? See that little white sucker right there? This is what I'm talking about, folks. This is why you want to pay attention to my videos, because this is how detailed I get on cars like this, because I want you to be able to see that, well, there's probably a mark here and there. Well, there's not. There's one. It's right there. That's it. Look how small it is. You got to drive these things. You're going to get a little bit of road wear, so. Hey, but I'll tell you another thing. You know how many times this car has won some awards at car shows? A lot. So there you go. This is a nice Corvette. This red is beautiful. Okay, down here through the little gap and stuff like that, we have one more small chip right there, and then one just a hair bigger, about the size of it, dropped a Sharpie head on the floor, and it made a black mark that's about the size of it. It's really super, super small right there. Little touch-up paint, fix all that stuff right up. Look at this look at these gaps here. There's a little bit of wax in these cracks right here, but look how all nice and straight it is, all the way across the whole front end of the car. It's beautiful. Now, I talk about scratches, I talk about gouges, I talk about all these things if I need to when I see them. Also, what I talk about are light, these lights in here in celebrity cars. We have the skylights and we have these brand new lights in here, just like gong, they're like magnifying glasses on the cars. So with these lights, you see light scratches in clear coat. That's on just about 99.9% of the cars that are out there, including this one. But it's very, very mild. I don't even think Quincy could actually pull it out, except for maybe in just some locations. This car is actually in the condition. We didn't send it down the way to get detailed. We didn't do anything extra. This is how the car was kept, in a nice climate-controlled garage, and the owner was very, very proud of this car. Still is very, very proud of this car. And there are some imperfections. There are some light scratches in the clear coat, but I know that a really good detailer with a really good wheel, a professional that knows what he's doing, would make every one of those little clear coat things. There's no scratches on here anywhere that I can see that I could put my fingernail in. You know what I mean? Like, you're running smooth and it goes down. That's a scratch, folks. There are no scratches. Just light clear coat marks that can totally be detailed out. But this is all beautiful. Up here, I see a couple more. So, just some extra fingerprints here that people would touch when they go to open up the hood and so on and so forth. That can be detailed out. It's just clear coat stuff. And although, whether you like it or not, this graphic on the hood is in super shape. There's no chips, scrapes, or anything like that. Let's look at the windshield real quick, because we're up here, and this front windshield. I went over this earlier, and even though I'm standing here now, I'm getting a little different angle from the lights up above, and every once in a while I see a mark. And when I see a mark, I think it might be a small scratch or a small chunk taken out of the windshield. Folks, there's little to no marks in this windshield. Little to no marks in this windshield at all. Not even like normal road wear. It's wonderful. The top of the dash that you can see through here, the connections all the way through. It's all super nice and straight. This is probably just installing it. There's just a little rub right there in the leather. You lose any points for that, I'll laugh. Their VIN number's right here where it's supposed to be, and all of this really looks terrific. Okay, we're gonna climb inside in just a little bit, but hey, while we're up here, hey, let's look at this top. The silver stripes are in great shape. Every once in a while, I see a really small mark from just driving down the road, from just have it sitting in a car show parking lot. Every once in a while, I'll see a little mark, but none of them are large enough for me to point out to you right now. And I continue to see every once in a while, 99.9% of the cars, a little bit of clear coat marks going on here from daily this and from, wiping it down and all that kind of stuff. Professional, knock all that stuff out. Okay. There's an itty bitty mark right here that was that somebody put some touch-up paint on. It is so super small, I can't even believe my eyes saw it, and I'm bringing it up. But well done in patching it up. While we're right here, I'm gonna look at the top of the door handle. You just see some normal patina going on with the chrome, but other than that, it's in great shape. And this side view mirror, although teeter a little loose, is still almost as new. It's in beautiful shape. Okay, let's just continue with the top of the car all the way down. All of this is beautiful. Right here in my hand is this little concave. All this is great. The stripe is great. Okay, now we're back here once again to the continued silver stripe and another graphic back here that, again, either you love or you would like to have covered, but this is silver paint here in the middle. It really is it a small investment fix? Yes. Is it bad and in bad shape? No. Does it have to be changed? No. But if you don't like it, like I said earlier, the rear window is all in really nice shape. There's a couple things that need to be cleaned off of it, but other than that, it's in super nice shape. Folks, I mean, this whole, I don't know, I hope you Corvette guys are appreciating this, and you know, hopefully if you really hate some of the graphics, you can overlook them for what the rest of the car is worth. This is beautiful. This whole customization right here and this paint job and how the rear spoiler comes out, it is so smooth. I mean, you know, you get into these years of Corvettes, whether it was done, you know, whatever, you customize, it just always doesn't really, it's not smooth, it doesn't match up. This is all smooth and matches up, and it's really nice. I don't mean to talk about it extra, but I'm just telling you. This real custom butt end of this Corvette back here. Got some different taillights going on. Really nice, beautiful emblem across the back that you can stay or can come off. The license plate location is wonderful. There is no splits, there's no spider webbing, there's no extra bull crap going on back here. Nobody backed in anything. The exhaust pipes are perfect coming out of the back of this car. All right. So we got the back end, we got the top covered. Let's work our way down, up the passenger side. I'm running into some dust here. Coming right around the corner, folks. This is awesome. These stripes, these pinstripes. Oh, check it out. Yeah, just so you know, this is all paint. Paint, all these stripes are paint. I forgot to mention that, sorry. Okay. Working our way up the passenger side. Oh, this is beautiful straight. My eyes just had to go to these wheels. These wheels are something. Yeah, this is my bad. I should have cleaned these locations. But look, just with a quite quick swoop, look at that. Look at in here in this cavity. You know, it's all nice, clean, and nice red. That makes a difference. Wheels beautiful. Let's continue down. Doors in great shape. Okay, so down here, come on over. Oh man, I wish I spent some more time with the detailer, but hey, look at this. Look how nice it shines up. I promise I'll get to it, folks. Sorry about that. This particular detail is my bad because I didn't even take it to the detailer, but I forgot I was going to get this in detail with this automobile. There's a really small crack right here in the fiberglass. It's so stupid small. It's right there. Probably can't even see it. I'm just telling you about it. In here, all this looks good. Wish I had cleaned it. Sorry about that. But all this is really nice. I'll clean it just as we're talking. Got a little wax buildup in this kick plate getting in and out of the car. We'll get back to this in a couple of minutes, but I mean, this is still in really nice shape for what this car is. The door panel, check out the door panel. You see these little marks there on the driver's side too. I guess just patina wear. Little marks where these little old seams were. No big deal, but I'm just showing you that's what it is. The rest of this is beautiful. And inside this door is good too. Once again, we just need a little cleaning going on. Okay, keep going. All down here along the bottom. Looks good. This door is beautiful. Every once in a while, we see this a lot. You know, obviously this is not an original paint job to this Corvette. I don't know how long ago it was done, but over here on this side, I see, you know, maybe a dozen little itty bitty dust got in the way while the car was being painted. Folks, I'm just telling you, because I know you Corvette guys, it's really mild. But I'm telling you what my eyes see. I didn't see it anywhere else on the car. It is very mild. We know what it looks like when dust is around for the whole paint job and you get these little blips all over the place. This is not the case. It's just a couple little ones that I see at an angle on this door. Other than that, I mean, they'd probably be, geez, they could potentially be detailed out professionally. Down here, all this is great. No cracks, no splits, none of this. The Stingray's beautiful. This whole passenger side front fender is beautiful. And here's your front Passenger side wheel and tire. Tire looks great. The wheel looks like it was put on yesterday. Okay, and back up here to the nose. I didn't really look in detail down here, and all of this, we found a chip on the other side, remember? There's no chip over here. It's nothing. It's beautiful. Okay, we've looked at the hood. We did all that. We didn't go down the driver's side yet, did we? Okay, working our way down the driver's side. This is beautiful paint, guys, folks. This key right here is for an old alarm system. I'm not really sure if it's set up or not. This is like the kill switch of the car kind of thing. I don't know if that works or not. This is gorgeous. Now, remember when I mentioned over there, the door might have gotten a couple of you all stirred up? There's no signs of any of that over here on this driver's side. Again, please, super mild over there. I'm just telling you about them, and good chance it could be detailed out. All on the bottom here is great. There's a real small, is that a chip or watermark? So there was a really small chip there, and somebody very tastefully put in some touch-up paint. Look how small that is. You would think that there'd be a lot more marks just from simply getting in and out of the car over here. Oh, look, I was about to bring up some more marks and it just wiped off. Whole door. Every once in a while I see the clear coat things that I was telling you about. It's all too mild to speak of. Rear wheel and tires beautiful, no curb rash back here. And let's finish up with the body by coming up back here to this location, and all this is good. Little leftover wax here and there, but other than that, this is just awesome. What an awesome car. I'm glad. I feel honored to be able to spend a little more time in the detail and looking at it so closely, because it really is that nice. You can pick another old car on our thing, and I probably have a lot more things to say. Okay, back to the interior. Back over here to the driver's side door. The same little white dots over here on the driver's side door. I just call it patina. Maybe a couple of these little threads from back in the day, they just separated. Maybe what that is, I'm not really sure. A small location right here too. You know, it is what it is. I meant to have something here. I'm pretty sure I can get this mark to disappear off the door. I'm pretty sure I just did. There we go. All this is in nice shape. Seems to be on here half decent. Please, Quincy, can you look over my head maybe? Oh, you could do that too. I just want everybody to see in this cavity inside the door. You know, it could be cleaned up a little better, but I mean, it's all there. It's not getting ready to fall apart, and I just wanted you to see. Now, kick panel, getting in and out of the car. Obviously, we've got a couple small abrasions in the chrome getting in and out of the car over here in the kick plate. It's been getting in and out of for many years there, folks. So, but it's all intact. The screws are clean. You know, can remove this sucker, have it replaced, shine back up, blah, blah, blah. You get it. But this is just, there's too much niceness in here to, it's a bummer when I have to bring up, you know, little imperfections, because this car just, you know, doesn't deserve it. Over here, you know, some touch-up paint's been put in here. The door opens and closes over the years. You get a little marks and little abrasions inside the door. So some touch-up paint's been put up here. Very tastefully done. Seatbelt's got a little red, you know, padded support on it. The seat, the only problem I see with the seat here is this little mark right here. It is not a hole. It's just an abrasion of getting in and out of the car, wrapping the seatbelt around the corner, and so on and so forth. But listen, here, I'll put my microphone a little closer. Nice moisture, nothing's getting ready to crack, fall apart, fall down. Again, this car appears as we got it. You know, we send it down the street, have all these detailers work on it and all that kind of stuff. This car has not gone through any of that. We really just wanted to leave it alone. So, you know, all these components in here can maybe shine up just a little bit nicer with, you know, your armor alls and all your interior cleaners and stuff like that. But, you know, on its worst day, I guess if you want, this is how awesome this car still looks. This leather is all in beautiful shape. The steering wheel looks terrific. horn works good. The carpet down here looks good. Let's look underneath it. Well, let's not look under it. It needs to be vacuumed. But it's all intact. It's all good. And floor mat up here looks great. Carpet looks good. It's all, there's a small separation of carpet here. See this down here in this location? I mean, I'm gonna be really picky. I'm trying to, you know, again, I do this, it's for so the seatbelt can get out here successfully. I just tucked the carpet back underneath there, and you know, it needs to be tacked down a little bit better, but I think the seatbelt's, you know, separating a little bit. It's not a big deal. Okay. Seat. Can't remember what button I hit to get the seat to go forward. Okay. Well, I can't really remember how to get this seat. Nope, still don't know. Okay, well, anyway, Quincy, you mind going over to the passenger side and then looking in behind the driver's seat from this side? I'm sorry, folks. I'm kind of dumb sometimes. I can't figure out how to get things up. I know it works because the owner came in here the other day and did it for me. And anyway, back here. Back here is where you find your car battery and some extra storage compartments. And all of this is carpeted, and it looks very fair back here. I'm looking up at the headliner and the plastic up here. There's not really a headliner, but this plastic seems to be intact and in good shape. I do see these weeping some. I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to do that. And this is hanging down a little bit. I don't know Corvette operations. I don't know what these T-tops look like underneath. Maybe it's supposed to be like this. I'm not really sure. I guess it's supposed to be like that. You Corvette guys would know. The center console, I know we said we talk about this once we get outside, but I'm telling you now that the center console is nice and shiny. It's got a little patina to it. The chrome buttons look half decent for the power windows to go back up and down. The original labeling is still in here, the L48 350 cubic inches. You'll have to go to celebritycars.com because this is no longer correct. It is the car, but the transplant, the motor in here is not the L48. You know, this all looks great around the shifter, or the air conditioning buttons here and all this stuff is very nice to read. It's very clean. The wood appearing wood that goes around all these gauges and everything really looks nice. And farther above here, this little leather wrap portion here looks terrific. The stereo system looks good. There's a plethora of gauges, and that clock is working. And what time is it, Quincy? Is it 12:20?
12:20.
Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. The clock still works. Okay, got gas gauge in there, got water temperature, and up underneath here, folks, underneath the hood are two gauges as well, for voltage and for fuel. And I believe that's for fuel pressure over there on the right. So that's pretty darn cool as well. So they're tucked up underneath the hood. You can see those while you're driving down the road. The passenger seat looks terrific. It's in beautiful shape. Over here on this side. I'll run over there and look at it over there. Hold on. These gauges, the steering console, all this stuff, the old speedometer in there. Wow, it's just awesome. Okay, over here, passenger side. Same little marks going on. I presume they're from, you know, lifting the seat up and down and doing all those things. And, no, they say this one just goes down on its own. Oh, awesome. Okay, well, hey, sorry, I'm learning this car with you folks. Back here, underneath the car, I'm gonna make sure I talk to our photographer and make sure he got photographs of it. There's a custom stereo system back there with a woofer, a mid-range, and a tweeter on both sides, in between a Corvette emblem. I don't know if you can pull that off there, Quincy, but that's badass. Look at that. I didn't even know. Well, geez. Okay, again, one of those things, you go to celebritycars.com and you read about this Corvette and all the customizations and options that have been added to it. Folks, the carpet's beautiful. Getting it in and out of the car, not as crammed up and scratched up as the driver's side, but there's still a few little marks getting in and out of the car. Again, super easy repair if you're super picky. And once again, please look in here in these non-detailed intersections of the car where the car meets the door. And this is about as raw as it can get. And it all seems fine and all in one piece to me. This is really nice. Some slight touch-up paint, just like on the driver's side over here. Okay, I'm gonna add one more thing to this, to what I'm seeing. Because of so many cars that we get in here, celebrity cars. I'm gonna say it one more time. It's a very nice job. It's not perfect, but I've seen some really crappy jobs. And I'm looking for it. And I don't see it. Like, you know, a cavity that maybe a painter was too lazy to kneel down and paint. There's none of that. It's car's extremely equal in all the things that have been done to it, and is a really, really nice looking car. Okay, motor. Now, the owner told me about this motor, and I'm just simply going to need you folks to go to celebritycars.com, and you can learn a little bit more about this motor. I'll tell you what I know. What I know is this has a lot more horsepower than a stock 1976 Corvette. So we can say that fair enough. There is air conditioning system in this Corvette. The owner brought it over here in 113 degrees. As he approached getting here, the air conditioning got a little warmer. I would expect that in 113 degrees. But once again, it's why you pay attention to my videos. I don't do this for my health. I do this for you folks on the other end of the receiving end of these videos, to give you as much information that factual information that I know. And I do know that the air conditioner does work. It might need a little bit of Freon in it, or quite simply, it was a little too hot that day. When I got in this Corvette and moved it earlier, the air conditioner was left on, and I could feel the air conditioner blatantly blowing at me at, just starting it up and not going outside and driving it in 113 degrees for 10 miles. If you notice underneath the hood, this is beautiful. It's nice and shiny paint. Little black inlay right here, where the gauges rest. This is all in nice shape. Again, graphic number 3 that I did think was under here. It's under here. You can leave it alone, or most of it's black. You know the end result of that. I don't need to tell you. Folks, look at these hinges. Look how clean they are. I'm pointing this out because I need you to know how much attention and how well loved this automobile was. All of these hinges are in super, super shape. Down in all these engine cavities is clean. It's almost cleaner than the inside of these door jambs. It's beautiful. I don't see any signs of leaks. I don't see any drips. I moved the car this morning. I saw no drips on the floor. It's insane. This is a 1976 Corvette, and it looks this awesome. Okay, Quincy, please come on over here and give a little, whoop-de-doop around in there, and then I would like to visit this cavity up front here. Nothing is over the top in the engine compartment. It's really sharp. Okay, please look down here. This is where, the bottom of your radiator spits out. You can see the top of the horns, the cables for the headlights, all that action down here. You can see that it's, we didn't shove our hand down there with some Armor All yet and clean it up. Again, it is what it is, and this is not bad at all. And the last thing we need to do is, look underneath this. I do not have plans to look underneath this car today or film underneath this car, but I will. Keep up on us, and if you're super interested in this Corvette, you'd like to learn more about it and see underneath, you just call us up. And then they yell at me, and then I send it into the back and put it up on a lift, and I get a video done. Simple as that, okay? Happy to do it for you. But this automobile might make the market before I get to that undercarriage video. So just remember that. Okay, hey, what we do next is we drive them down the street. We make sure that, it doesn't pull all the way to the left, or, that the brakes are all wobbly underneath, or they squeak, or the fan belt squeaks up front and all that kind of stuff. This is truly a really, really nice car. So we're gonna move some cars out of the way. We're gonna go for a lap around the block. We'll be right back. We're in the 76 Corvette, folks. I got the air conditioner on and it's questionable. So we'll look into that Freon and we'll make sure that it's on nice and happy. It's extra hot out here today, and I'm noticing this window when you go to put it up doesn't completely go all the way up to meet the top. On the passenger side, it does a pretty good job of making its way all the way up top. I'm pretty sure this is probably a small adjustment, but I'm just pointing that out. Okay, my foot's on the brake. We're running. Hear it? We're in neutral. Okay, off we go. Nice shift. Nice shift. Wow. Okay, gonna check the brakes. 40 miles an hour. 3, 2, 1. Another car I don't want to leave Celebrity Cars. Got plenty of power. Power steering is wonderful. Yeah, I want the air conditioning to work a little bit better too, Quincy, but we're okay. It's not too terrible in here, right, so far? All right. All right, speed bump number 1. Impressive suspension. No, did you hear any creaks or rattles there? Me either. Sometimes automobiles just shock me. Okay, my foot's back on the brake. We're gonna get up to speed here a little bit. You know, let's attempt to screw around with you know, how much more horsepower this has than a normal Corvette without driving like an idiot as well. Right turn signals on. We just went over some nasty bumps again, and this car took it like a champ. I see my voltage meter underneath here is working really good. I haven't really seen the one over on the right that says fuel do anything yet. Now, I'm not really sure that one's hooked up. But other than that, folks, we have a really, really nice Corvette here. Turning, no rubbing of any wheels. I'm doing a little extra on this test drive today. I never do stuff like this. Kind of zigzagging back and forth. Nice Corvette. We're gonna have to get that air conditioning checked though, because on a day like today, it's just entirely too hot. But I can feel a remnant of what's supposed to be going on here. Just probably need some Freon. These questions you can call and ask us about. I know a lot of you Corvette guys, you know, you gotta be drooling over this. A couple of the graphics can be, you know, catered to, and other than that, then you just have an incredible Corvette. Folks, give us a call. Ask all the questions you want. Check out celebritycars.com and all the photographs. 702-818-1031. We'll see you next time. Thank you. I hope you like the Corvette.